Ladies and gentlemen, it is 7:50 right now. I'm about to upload this to X. I just got word 15 minutes ago that my lawyers and folks met with the U.S. trustee over our bankruptcy this morning, and they said they're shutting us down even without a court order this morning. The Connecticut Democrats with the Onion newspaper bought us. They asked, did they outbid? They said, well, it was competitive. So they changed all the bidding rules, made it secret 2 days ago. I had a bad feeling. I told you that. And just like they tried to shut us down back in late May without a court order, they're supposed to have a court order. There's going to be injunctions filed. I'm about to go live out of Harrison's American Journal studio. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to be here until they come in here and turn the lights off. I'm going to say, where's your court order? So this is all going down right now. They want to silence the American people. But we're not going to be silenced.
Even while his assets are handed over to their new owners, Alex Jones is sticking with his conspiratorial bunker behavior by spinning his camera around in circles, talking about how the Democrats are coming for him.
This is a total attack on free speech. The deep state is completely out of control. The private security hasn't even been told all this yet. They tried to tell them last time, the other U.S. trustee, to shut us down on the court order. These folks said no. So this is all happening right now. This is the tyranny of the New World Order, desperate to silence the American people. The mandate of Trump against all the lawfare, they don't care. So the system still thinks it's in charge. I'm going live right now from what probably will be the last transmission from this building. God bless you all for your support.
So as he wraps up his final transmission from that building, now owned by the satirical news site The Onion, all Jones probably cares about is finding a way to dupe enough people for long enough to make up for the fatal mistake of pushing conspiracies about Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting victims and their families. This after losing the $1.4 billion defamation suit the families filed, with 8 of them agreeing to forego a portion of their settlement to support The Onion's bid to buy Infowars and turn it into what they say will be a humor site. But really, depending on how close you are to reality, the humor part might not be that different of a genre.
So we are here on air right now, and I want to see the documents. I want to see the court order. The Onion buys Alex Jones Infowars at auction with help from Sandy Hook families. So they're buying a company to get the equipment, the name, and money that's in Infowars to then give it to themselves. But it's not about the money. So again, it's insane. When I go to these court hearings, these people are there, particularly Connecticut. They just smile at me and like wait by the door and like just like and it's like they live on me and talk about me, and I'm their persecutor because I'm famous and successful and barely ever talked about them. So they're attached to me. And the FBI and the CIA cooked all this up.
In other words, with a continued Trump lawfare argument that he thinks he's somehow connected to, along with the FBI and CIA panning at his door, Jones knows he's got to keep feeding his audience the same BS that he thrived off of before. But he's no longer mocking grieving families, even while he was losing in court like he did before.
I've spent days literally 7 feet, 8 feet away from Heslin because we're sitting right there, they're sitting right there. That guy's real. And I thought it was an act when I saw some of the stuff on TV, just because he came off as so let's just say he's a nice man, and it's not an act. He is being manipulated by some very bad people. I mean, I'll just say it because I got to be honest. He's slow, okay? And his ex-wife is not. And I don't think he's stupid. I'm just saying I've got family members that are really smart in a lot of ways, but they're just real kind of quiet and have this way about them, and they move at a different pace. Like they're fast in some ways and slow in others. And I think Heslin acts like somebody on the spectrum. And it makes me feel like an even bigger jerk.
That attack on one of the grieving fathers was probably a part of his attempts to get as much money and attention as possible when he saw that he was about to lose that hefty suit that would lead to him now facing the find out portion of being a conspiracy theorist. But it wasn't his only attempt at avoiding Thursday's deep state takeover.
It's going to take a lot of money to fight this and a lot of money for the appeals. And so I can't spend the money we have paying our crew and running our independent media outlet that reaches millions of people without your support. Infowars is doing its most important work ever right now. So this is a no-brainer. Please go to saveinfowars.com. Make a $10 donation, a $1,000 donation. Wealthy people out there, your free speech is being destroyed. Infowars is just the first domino to fall. So please go to saveinfowars.com. It's Give, Send, Go. They're great folks. They're patriots. We're banned everywhere else, even be able to raise money. And this will help keep us in the fight for the next few years. So I've never issued an alert this serious. I need your help right now. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your rights. Stand up for free speech. Stand up for America, and don't let these bullies intimidate anybody.
I guess his idea of standing up for your rights includes the right to convince enough people that the tragedy at the school was a false flag operation, which resulted in the victims' families being harassed online and included some death threats. His supporters weren't as committed to saving him financially as they were to the harassment. I mean, maybe they saw him admit in that deposition that he lies about the things that he peddles.
And I myself, almost had like a form of psychosis back in the past where I basically thought everything was staged, even though I've now learned a lot of times things aren't staged. So, I think as a pundit and someone giving opinion, that, my opinions have been wrong, but they were never wrong consciously to hurt people.
You said false things about Sandy Hook because of the psychosis.
I want to say,
Correct?
well, I'm just saying that the trauma of the media and the corporations lying so much, then everything begins, you don't trust anything anymore. Kind of like a child whose parents lie to them over and over again. Well, pretty soon they don't know what reality is. So long before these lawsuits, I said that in the past I thought everything was a conspiracy, and I would kind of get into that mass groupthink of the communities that were out there saying that. So now I see that it's more in the middle, and so that's where I stand.
Just a couple of cases of psychosis that's now forced him to rebrand and possibly launch a more careful campaign of misinformation that doesn't thrive off of adding to the pain of families. Folks that had to deal with a tragedy that too many people felt they could exploit, since our leaders in government continue to only offer up, a few thoughts and prayers as the solution to the next school shooting. They don't want to blame our gun problem. So Jones mistakenly thought that he could blame the victims and get away with it.
At the end of the day, we're going to beat these people. I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but it's been a hard fight. These people hate our children. Just take more calls. Go ahead, who's the next person?